And we're live. Hello and welcome back. You've reached, I don't know what that means, but this is nothing but
Answers.
answers. The place that you come to get all the answers because we know the answers and we have them here for you.
Yes, we do.
All right, how we doing today? How was your week, Ruth?
Pretty good week. Thanks for asking. Let me think. Uneventful this week because there's a lot of eventful weeks lately, I'll say. Um, but uneventful, good week. I'm loving this cooler weather. My hot flashes love it. Um, so good stuff. Just regular norm stuff, but thanks for asking.
All right, all right. Doc, what's going on with you?
Hey, I am good. It's been a good week and everything is interesting this week. But for me personally, it's been a good week.
Good to hear.
Okay, good, good.
How's your week, Lee?
My weeks they're becoming very eventful, very jam packed, and I'm trying to learn how to maneuver it and find the time to get everything done that needs to be done. So,
Time
um,
management.
yep, yep.
Yep.
Side note, Maria Hardy says, "Hi, hey everyone."
Hi,
Hey.
Maria. Welcome.
All right, let's jump right into a topic. Anybody got anything going on or want to talk about anything from this week?
Let's talk about the Aisha Curry interview because they've been kind of packing on all kinds of other stuff around it. I saw someone posted like a Mount Rushmore of women with Aisha Curry, Michelle Obama, Jada Pinkett, and I think the other one is Remy Ma, and said that they were ungrateful.
Wow.
Yes, yes. So I was like, whoa. And then they played a snippet of some interview that Michelle Obama did where she talked about having some hard times in her marriage and based it off of that. And I was like, well, she's on not even a national, she's on a worldwide platform. And I think it's okay for her to talk about when things are not right because we often see this misconstrued, messed up idea about what marriage is supposed to be and think that because they are who they are that they don't have problems. And that's not realistic at all.
Not at all.
So, yeah, so I think that it's okay for her to say, yeah, sometimes you're gonna have bad days, sometimes you're gonna have bad decade, which is what she said.
Right.
That's real.
That is
real in a real marriage.
Did she talk about the things she contributed to the bad decade? Because I don't remember her talking about that.
No, she just said that sometimes you have bad days, bad times. So that I don't think she got specific about her or Barack.
That sounds inclusive to me. Sounds inclusive.
No,
it was inclusive.
It always sounds inclusive to you.
Whatever.
It always sounds inclusive to you. If I remember, I think she said some things about Barack's behavior. And then, like I said, they did tie some things in, like when she didn't go to the funeral with him. Like she a couple places he showed up to early this year, he was by himself. Remember, he sat next to Trump at somebody's funeral, and she didn't go. And they were like, "Oh, there's a problem in the relationship." And then when she did her podcast, they, whatever she said, I can't remember everything she said, but whatever she said, like you said, they try to tie it in together.
Well, I was talking with the person who posted the Mount Rushmore posted just that snippet that she said that it was sometimes you're going to have a bad decade, and I think that it really is important for these people on these national, worldwide platforms to not always just talk about the fake stuff. and not have this image of we don't argue, our relationship is beautiful, he loved me at first sight, I loved him, because that's not real.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to talk about the good stuff, I think that if you're on those platforms, you should talk about the bad stuff.
When do they talk about the good stuff?
What did you say, Darryl?
When do they talk about the good stuff?
We've heard some of the good stuff.
So tell me what you heard. I bet you can't tell me anything.
Well, I've heard Michelle Obama in particular speaking about the good aspects of marriage.
What did she say that was good? Tell me what she said was good.
That they were, made for each other. They were made for each other. They were soulmates, and that they built this thing together. I've heard that.
You just made that up.
No, I did not. It sounded good to me.
So I can't really speak to the Obama thing as much. I don't know as much about them, but I know the Ayesha Curry. She's been flagrant with her in telling her truth. It may look to be that she's kind of putting Steph down or disrespecting their relationship. So I seen one thing where she was somewhere on a show, and I guess they had Chippendales or something come in, and she kind of acted like she was taking her ring off. And people thought that was kind of like, and then she said, she wished she had her whole phase. She was upset because she didn't have her whole phase because she got married so young.
What's wrong with that?
Right.
Because sometimes if you do get married young, you miss out. Or you think you missed out. Because some people feel like they haven't missed out, but there are some folks who feel like they missed out.
If you missed out on being a hoe, I'm sorry. I don't know.
I
missed out on being a hoe.
The reality is, and I will tell any young person, you don't know what you want unless you've tried several things.
But I guess we have to go and break down definitions. In what is a hoe? I need to know what a hoe is and how many things have you tried. A couple things or even a few things are okay.
Oh,
and you know what? The definition is different for men and women. For a woman, they might call her a hoe if she had two partners. For a man, it might be 100.
Yep.
So the definition is always different. The goalpost is always moving.
So you're saying that they made a man who has 100 may be a hoe, and a woman with 2 may be a hoe?
Depends how you define it.
Mm-hmm. That's what I said.
Nobody defining it that way. Stop it. You know, 2, they like she a hoe.
Some men, they don't want to know if you had one other man before them.
Well, no, let's stop. Let's go with outliers, because any man that thinks you had nobody before them is an idiot. Right, he's an idiot. Unless you're 5.
I agree.
Right?
I totally agree. I'm not talking about what they think you had. I'm talking about them being upset about what you had, not what they think you had, but being upset if you tell them, yes, I had, 10 people before you, 5 people before you.
What's wrong with that number?
Damn, 5. How many years is this 5?
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yep, that's exactly
what I'm talking about.
Is she 90 with 5? Because those numbers seem okay. 19 with 5. So we have to define what whole phase looks like.
That goalpost keep moving. That's just the problem.
No, there got to be we have a standard what we think. So,
all right. So what's the number?
No, my thing is the whole phase really a number or is it a time? Well, that's my question. Is the whole phase a number, or is it a time where you're just going out, dating a lot of people, having fun, doing these wild, crazy things? It may not be actually letting everybody take you down. Does the whole mean everybody putting a penis in you? Is that what they mean as hoe? Or it just mean I'm dating a lot of people? I'm hot girl summer. I'm going out. I'm going to dinner with this guy, and the next night I'm going with another guy. That would be what I would.
It would be nice if it was defined that way. It would be nice if it was defined that way.
Right, because I would have to look at it that way, because I don't know anybody who's out here wanting a hoe. I'm just saying, it just has a negative connotation to it. And if my girl was a hoe, she's not my girl anymore just because she was a hoe.
I think people do use it lightly. I think they use the word lightly. I think Doc is right. Some people, it does mean I didn't get to date other people. I didn't get to, hang out a little bit more, party a little bit more.
That's not what Doc said.
That's place,
Shut up, Daryl.
That's not what Doc said.
That is what she said.
Doc said number. Doc said,
no, I think we have to get into a number thing.
How many times was that thing touched? How many times did someone split the peaches? If anybody's listening, what's the number that you would think considers a hoe? Like, what number of peaches splitting considers you a hoe? Or for a man, what number for a man makes him a hoe? Or a dog. I think usually they call a man a dog, right? They don't necessarily call him a hoe. Like, he's a dog.
They call him a male hoe too. Mm-hmm.
Gurish.
I'm a dog.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna gut your name, and please tell me the right. Well,
Let's keep going. Somebody said.
Gurish said exactly. It's how many penises.
Okay.
Then he says, is a hoe phase really a hoe phase, or is it just how the person is?
Good question.
Okay,
is this hoe in rehab?
That's a very good question.
She's a hoe, but she's trying to now. She's trying to, it's like being addicted to drugs. Like, I got this itch. Like she go to Hoes Anonymous. Like, I'm a hoe, and it's every day I just like. Never not a hoe. You just try to just say no more dick. like that's a good question.
So can you be reformed?
Can you be a reformed hoe? And it's it's tough because we do have to stop. Well, we don't. I mean, everybody has choices, but we shouldn't judge people by their past unless they're a hoe.
You stop it.
Listen, it's okay to have preferences. I don't want and this actually goes into another story, but we'll go to later. But Ayesha Curry, I don't know if let's put it in her perspective. You said there's nothing wrong with it, Doc, where she's on a show, she's married, 4 kids, and talking about I don't know how she said it, but I missed.
I didn't hear her say something about the whole phase. The part the snippet that I heard was she said, I never wanted to get married. I never wanted to have children. Right. And he kind of brought that out of her. It made her change her mind. Which is, not every girl's dream is to be married and have kids. That's real.
That's true.
All right. I mean, there's some people that need help and they have therapists for that, right? That's why Doc is here to help them find. No, okay.
No. So I don't think there's anything wrong with someone who doesn't want to have kids and get married. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. No,
they call them nuns. So there's a job out there for you. Doc, don't shake your head at me.
Gurish says rolling on.
Please spell your name phonetically for Lee.
Yeah, please.
I don't know. Is that gonna help?
Don't. You're a hater. Okay. He says, I think people should just be honest. I think she needs to stop getting in front of the mic.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're married and you're saying that publicly, that's a big no-no. It's easy to pronounce. Oh, laugh out loud. It's Gersh. Okay.
Now we got it.
I think, to be honest,
why can't she say that in public if she says all the good stuff? Because I really have a problem with these celebrities who act like there's pie in the sky.
There's
nothing, because because you're on such a huge platform, there are a lot of people who listen to you. And I think it's only right that they understand that what they might be going through is okay. You know, that whole and the Beehive gonna come after us. But that whole, when Beyonce was faking her pregnancy with the first baby, you know, it could have made a huge difference for many women who were trying to get pregnant and couldn't, who had a bunch of miscarriages and those kinds of things. If she had said, look, God, you know, I've been trying, it's been difficult for me, you know, and as opposed to doing what she did.
But I
think that when you're on these, and people say, well, we should mind our business, but when you're on these platforms, you're already putting your business out there. So why not be real with the people that are following you?
But Doc, that's the problem. It's not real. It's always way one-sided. Either relationships are terrible right now. There is nobody's talking about the good parts of relationships. I didn't hear Aisha say anything good about the relationship. I don't know. And again, so what we will say is that Steph publicly has not said anything against anything she's ever said. Right? He's never.
Well, didn't she say she loves her life? Didn't she say she loves him and he changed her mind? Didn't she say that?
So I want to hear that as a man, that I talked you into being with me because you didn't want to be with me. You didn't want this at all.
That's not what. See, now you are at an extreme.
Wait a minute. No.
That's not what she's saying.
How they may receive it. No, you can't tell someone how they may receive what you say. Just because you said something a certain way, I can definitely receive it in a way that is not the way you may have interpreted to, that you may have meant it, but it still means this to me. How you saying it to me is, I didn't like this, I didn't want this life, and now I kind of talked you into it. If that's what I heard,
But he didn't hear that. That's all that matters. Her husband didn't hear that.
We don't know what
so you gotta go. You could take it however you want, but her husband didn't feel that way.
We don't know. I think right because he's not. He's I'm the person that I can't let this affect me. Right, I'm the one making the money. She ain't making the money. I'm doing everything. So I got to keep this afloat. I can't go have a bad game. I can't let this get to me. I can't even play into this. So, but everywhere I go, what she's doing is making it hot for me because I'm in the limelight. So everywhere I go, they're asking me questions. You're actually still making it tougher for me because I got to answer these dumb questions that I might not necessarily want to do. That may affect what I'm doing. So you're affecting the family because you want to be out here. And it seems like she's almost, she wants to be as famous as him. That's what it kind of seems like because you're always doing something, saying these controversial things for what? Again, that's your truth. But how does that affect your partner? You have to think about how something's affecting your partner. You know what? We can have these conversations.
Tell me. We don't know. They may have had the conversation before she even said that. He may have said, girl, I know I talked you into marrying me. Or girl, I know that I changed your mind. We don't know.
Maybe he took it as a positive. I was the right guy to make you change your mindset.
Yeah.
No,
that's what I took that as.
That's a woman's way.
It's not a woman thing.
Oh,
you said any guy, any marriage. She wasn't.
Hold on. Can I get caught up on?
Well, you better get faster because you women getting on my nerves tonight.
Gersh said, when I say be honest, I mean be honest with yourself. He also says, if you love the whole life, don't get in a serious relationship. You can be honest, but still honor your marriage. She was acting like she wanted take the ring off when a shirtless guy came out. Like why embarrass yourself and dishonor your relationship like that? He says, and I bet if Steph was entertaining women publicly, the caca women would have a fit. That's why she said it though.
So again,
I'm not done.
I think that's true. Well, we got to go. We got this whole show. We can't do 20 hours. You can't wait 20 hours to do it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Damn.
Hey, don't be damning me, Ruth.
Hush.
Not my house. Not my house. Ken, you need to be quiet over there, woman.
No,
That's,
you be quiet.
I gotta get order in here.
Ain't no order.
Watch her other interviews. She wasn't really interested in him at first.
Right.
Well, that happens.
Her husband reacted like I did. Her husband reacted like I did. I've been there. I don't want to embarrass my lady, so I'm not going to bring attention publicly to it, but I will talk to her when she gets home, and it comes off to others like I had a problem with what she said. Ha 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 ha. I'm not lying. I'll stop lying. Can't do 20 hours.
Are you done? Okay.
Yeah.
So all right. So let me ask you a question, Lee. Since you're not married, do you want to get married? Do you want to get married? Have kids?
I don't want to have kids at all.
Okay.
That's a lie.
All right.
That's a lie.
All right.
That's a lie.
But if you came across a great guy who had no children and loved you and treated you like a queen and said, "Baby, give me one," would you consider it?
Yeah, I would consider it.
No, let's be honest.
Okay.
Let's be honest. You came across that one guy with 4 kids. You ain't telling him to put a condom on, so it's gonna happen.
What you talking about?
What?
What
does that have to do?
dog. She like, I don't want nothing between this love. It's gonna go down. 2026. We just talked about this. That's her year. 2026.
Whatever.
That's it. Now, again, if this was reversed, it's so funny how these propositions are so one-sided. If a man was talking about, well, I really didn't like her at first, you know what I mean? But she grew on me, and
that's what Toby Nwigwe said about his wife.
Yes.
And his wife.
Yes.
The facts. Nobody knows him, outside. He's fringe. But I wonder if that was a mainstream conversation, what would be said?
It was a mainstream conversation.
Definitely. Oh, how many people know about it?
What?
How many people know about it? Mainstream means most. Like everybody knows about Ayesha Curry. How many people know about Toby? Okay, so
most people should.
They shouldn't. He's very fringe. Like, you know what I mean? So he has his lane. And Steph Curry is one of the biggest basketball players on the earth, on the planet. And that's why I think it's also. So I think that we need to take care of each other. If these things are putting him in a position where he has to answer all these questions about things that have nothing to do about basketball, you need to chill out, right? You need to say, you know what, this is not the best thing for us because she's doing what's best for her.
He cares. If he cares. We don't know if he cares. We don't know.
I do know. You think about it. If I had to go somewhere and answer questions that have nothing to do about basketball, that's not what I'm here to do.
He might be comfortable with it, though.
Right.
There's nobody comfortable with talking about your wife.
He seems so laid back. He probably doesn't care. He might like his wife.
Right. A man don't care. A man don't care that his wife, like I said, if it was reversed, if he was out there doing something or entertaining something, because when he was talking to a reporter, she came over and got all in the middle, like, well, what's I so close? Like, it would be crazy if it was the other way around. He couldn't even have a conversation and report in front of everybody. So I don't know about he don't care. He may not want to show it in front of public, but I know what I don't want to do.
Different.
Why is it different? This is his job. He's talking to a reporter. It's his job, not a random John, a reporter. So yeah, it's not different. It shows that she's a lunatic and she's looking for attention all the time. She wants to be in the limelight.
It's so crazy how people have these expectations of women and what we should want.
No,
and what we should say and what we should do.
If it was the opposite way, I would say the same thing. If this is going to affect our relationship, but
why would it?
Because
Lee just gave you a perfect example of a man who said the same thing.
Nobody knows. So I don't know what the fault I was.
It
We
was
know who he
fallback.
is.
It
What
was
you mean nobody
fallout.
knows him?
I don't know what people said about it. Like, I don't know
It
what the
was
conversation was
fallout.
about. Okay, so that's like I said, I don't know what the conversation. So what was the fallout, Leanne?
Everybody thought that they actually was getting on her of why would you stay with him?
Right.
Why would you continue to keep going after him and wait until one day he decides to like you and stuff like that?
Was this before he kind of got on, Leanne? Do you know?
No, this is when he was starting to bubble. This was when he was bubbling.
Okay. And what did he say? He didn't like the way she looked, or he didn't like the time? Like, what was it?
He didn't like the way she looked. He didn't find her attractive.
Okay. So like I said, it'd be the same conversation almost. Like, and then if, like I said, and I think the bigger conversation, and when I was listening to people talk about it, now when he has to go in these interviews and stuff like that he has to do, when they're asking about these things instead of basketball, it is like, this is not what I want to be asked about. Right? I don't want to have these.
You got to shoot the reporters down because that's all they want to talk about.
Exactly, but she's giving them stuff to talk about. If there's nothing to talk about, then there's nothing to talk about. I'm the breadwinner. This is my job.
Just like just like him, who gave them to talk about saying he's not attracted to his wife. So it's the same thing.
No, again, nobody should do it. But again, they weren't as big as he is. He's not in front of cameras all the time. Steph is mandated to, after games, before games, to talk to reporters. This is something he has to do. So when instead of asking me about his shot, they're like, well, your wife should. I don't want to hear that. Right? That's taken away from the game. That's taking me somewhere else that I don't want to be.
Have you seen that in his interviews? I haven't, but I mean, maybe somebody else seen it.
That's what they're talking about.
Has he had any interviews since he said that? No, in his interviews, are they asking him about that?
This is something that's been going on. This is not anything new. She's been having these crazy, like.
But in his interviews, are they asking him about it?
For the second time, because this is not the first time this happened. This has been going on for a while.
And how was he responding?
Well, like Doc said, you try to play it off, but you see the face. You see is like, hey, I'm not really here for that. You know what I mean? You see that. And it's like, I don't know if you don't necessarily want to deal with that. Because I'm the star, I'm the breadwinner. You don't have to go on these podcasts. Wait, first of all, why are you going on a podcast talking about me? Now I don't know if she was asked, but why are you talking about me? If you want to go do your thing, do your thing. Stop using my name to get in places, first of all, because nobody cares about you by yourself. They care about you because you're my wife. And that's a fact, right? So stop you if you can go.
So people need to stop asking her questions about her past.
But why can't she curb the question just like you said
So people need to stop asking her questions about her past. Because she has the right to answer the question truthfully.
Why can't she ask? To me, why can't she curb the question and respect her relationship and talk about something else? Because she don't have anything else. She's talking about the only thing she can every time.
Why
she's talking about
disrespecting her relationship to say, I never want to get married. I never want to have kids.
The same way Travis Hunter, when the girl was saying she wasn't attracted to him at first.
I'm just going to say this, the last thing on it. It is not, it's not every little girl's dream to get married and have kids. That is
so why she get married then? So she got married then. She came to
and a lot of women just fall into it. A lot of women just fall into it because the right one came along and said the right stuff.
Whose fault?
Gersh said.
And the women that it happens to, they're not saying they don't like the life that they have. They're just telling you this is not the path that I thought was going to happen for me, and that's okay.
Yeah, hey, listen, tell her go get a job then. Go to Walmart, wherever she wants, and get a job. See how that works out. Instead of being one of the wealthiest basketball players to walk the planet. Go ahead. Sounds grateful to me.
Gersh said Daryl speaking from a man's perspective, and he's speaking 100 truth. Then he says, yes. Go to Walmart.
Right. That's all I'm saying. Like, just respect us. And I hear what you're saying, but you don't have to do that. If she wants to go make a lane for herself, go make a lane for herself. Like, she had a cooking show that failed. You know what I mean? And so she goes back to doing what's going to get her excited again, and people talking about her. It's saying something about Steph every time. You don't hear anything about her saying anything about anything she's doing. It's about Steph and her trying to go out and live this hot girl life that she wants to live.
Maybe they shouldn't use the word disrespect then. Maybe that's the problem.
Why? Well, it is disrespectful. I'm telling you, I would take it as disrespect.
That's a strong word. That's a strong word for that.
Yeah.
What she's sharing. That's a strong word for that.
I mean, just because you want to, like I said,
I would rather go to Walmart and work.
Right.
Good.
Then
Okay.
I'll be right next to you at the
yes.
The lies y'all
register 8. I'm right next to you.
Can we go to another topic? Because these lies that are coming out now are getting egregious.
No
It's getting
lies.
egregious. It is a
Gersh,
straight lie.
Gersh says, and if she leaves him, she better not demand any of that money.
Right. She knows she needs that to live.
We back at the money.
She needs it to live because she had.
Well, I'm all about that for anybody. I'm all about that for any marriages. Take what you came with. I'm about that for everybody, men and women. Only leave with what you came with.
Right.
She came with nothing. Please go build this great future that you had that you want to do. You can do it now. Be free.
Okay.
Give us something else, Leanne, please. Because this is ridiculous. This was a whole ridiculous conversation. This woman out here.
It really was. Very ridiculous.
Women are always really one-sided. Like, they can't see another.
Men are always delusional.
Yes. Yes.
About what women should feel and think.
No. Well,
quietly and not share their truth and not share their truth because that's disrespectful. That's her truth.
Okay, if her truth, then leave. Take your truth and leave.
Got to leave. Obviously, the marriage working.
It's not working because she's out here. Absolutely, she's out here talking, so it ain't working. If she outside
It
talking,
is next to her
because go ahead, Neil.
He's still sitting next to her while she's talking.
Exactly.
He wasn't there.
It is working.
There you go.
He wasn't there.
It's working.
He wasn't there. What you mean? I barely see them together.
He has been when she talked.
He has to make it look like it's real. He don't like her.
That man is
why
happy.
not get a divorce?
Right.
Exactly. Yes.
Someone said something like sometimes they have these marriages where people just stay together because it's easier than trying to split up or something like that. It's a marriage for the perception of marriage. It's an outlooking marriage, but I don't never see them together. She's out by herself. She's traveling by herself. I haven't seen them together one time, except for when she comes to the games.
Well,
so I don't know. She got to come second. She got to come
working on that level. Let's say it's working on that level then.
That's not working. That's not working. See, that's the delusions again of a woman.
It's working for them. We'll say for them. Mm-hmm.
It's not working. Go ahead.
But how do you know that?
Right, Darryl.
Because as a man, I know you don't want nobody out there doing that. You don't want
your man.
I don't feel like going to work hearing about the nonsense you're talking about at work, right? If we want to have these conversations at home, if you're like, and we can have those conversations all day. I would love to have those conversations because the only people that we can fix this, or maybe.
There's nothing to fix. I think that's the part that men keep getting stuck on.
No,
there's nothing to fix. If she said, I never wanted to get married, I never wanted to have kids, but baby, you came along and I love you and you really made me see how this could work. There's nothing to fix if it's working. I think men keep getting stuck on this whole idea of what she wanted as a kid.
No, Doc. You're only hearing if you hear all the things she's saying again, having the whole phase, taking a ring. It's many. This has been going on for a while. This every couple of maybe a year or two, we have this big blow up where she does this again. This is not the first time she did this. Like said these wild, crazy things about the relationship. It's not. So even before this conversation, it was like
if you got married young and feel like you missed out some things, you can't say that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, tell me that we're married now and I missed out on some dick, please, because I'll be like, go get it.
She said.
I mean, see, and with Darryl, it's always an extreme. Yeah. Right.
Extreme.
She missed out on some dick.
Earlier.
Come back to that.
Partying and hanging with her friends because she had
what I said. Doc. You said number. I said party. You said number. So if it's a number and she's telling me,
no. Listen, don't misconstrue what I said. What I said was, what is a number that makes her a hoe? That's what I said.
Okay. Well, that's what I just heard number.
Because you said hoe phase. I said what number makes her a hoe.
Yes, I didn't bring up number, but either way, if and again, if that's what we're hearing, because we think hoes are hoes on the stroll getting dick. So if you say that and don't give me any context, and I'm like, I miss my hoe phase, I'm like, well, get your hoe phase out my face. Go hoe. I don't want to hear that. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear that. If a man was telling a woman, yo, I miss my hoe phase, I don't know if she's going to be all comfortable with that. I don't know.
Gersh said, and if she leaves him, okay, well, I said that one. That's not the true Dr. Carissa.
What?
Whatever you said, he was responding to it. But
he was responding to it. That's not true. Sacrifice our happiness for our women all the time.
100.
All the time.
100.
All right, Gersh. I've counseled over 100 couples in marriage counseling. Tell me that again when you sitting in front of me with a wife.
Damn, Doc, you gonna bring some facts in here? Don't do that.
Damn right. Yes. Tell me that again.
But that's why she was insinuating. She wants the Dickerson.
Right. That's what I felt like she was. She always kind of seemed like, and then the things she's doing, the place she's going. I think she was just with Drake or something. It was crazy. I can't remember. I'm not mistaken. Like she was hanging out with Drake. It's just crazy stuff going on. So, but go ahead, Leanne, play because this is ridiculous. Oh yeah, this is crazy right here too. I don't know, y'all talking about this. Woof.
But it was an incident that just happened where it was a guy and his wife was about to get jumped by 5 women. The husband, of course, defended his wife. Oh yeah, he handled business. And there is, if y'all watch this video, there is women in the comments saying that he was wrong for defending his wife. No cap. 1 against 5, and your husband there, and you and y'all mad? I'm not gonna lie. If I'm in that situation, in that predicament, right, and it's me and my wife and 5 other women, yo, I promise you, my wife don't even have to lay a finger on anybody. I'm handling all of that. Cause what? You expect me to stand there? There's no way, women, that y'all are actually mad at this man for defending his wife. I'm gonna be a whole 100, and this is me personally. I don't know how some of y'all gonna take this, but it is what it is. If it's me and my wife, and it's 1 woman, 1 man, 1 dog.
So what do you think about that? The man defending his wife against 5 ladies. What do you think?
What did he do to the 5
beat
ladies?
them up.
He beat them up.
He beat all 5?
He beat them up. Yes. It's not an answer. Don't tell me much.
I'm thinking about it. Let me process it for a minute. Did he have to beat them all up to get them away from her? That's my question.
And that I don't know.
That would be my question. Like, how much did he have to do to get them off of her? Yeah.
I don't know. It seemed like they said that they were attacking his wife. So
okay.
So
he just started getting in there. I think that's reasonable then.
Okay.
He had to get them off of his wife. I mean, 5
knock
against
him out.
Yeah.
Knock him out. Okay, Doc says
knock him out the box, Rick. Yes. Knock him out, Rick.
5 against 1 is not fair.
See, here we go. Here we go, fellas. Now let me bring you to a logical response. What we don't know is how did it start, right? If the wife was over there talking crazy to people or in people's face and the 5 women now jumped on her, that's a little different.
Does it matter to you though?
Absolutely.
As a husband?
Absolutely. See, again, my wife, we talked about before, if you're under my protection, then there's certain ways we got to move. If you out here just jumping in people's face all reckless, that's crazy, right? You're already bugging out, right? So you're outside of my protection, right? Protection is you need to be here under this umbrella so we can, but I'm just putting it out there. I don't know how it started, but if your wife's in somebody's face and she's talking crazy and now the girls jumped on her, that's tough. And I don't know, we don't know what the actual situation was because I don't see me punching a girl in the face or nothing like that. Like I would get in between them and stuff like that and push them off and something like that. It looked like he was laying the law down on him from another video I saw.
Oh, wow.
So it's interesting. I mean, you know, you're going to try to protect, but how does that look? What does that look like?
Mhm.
Like, I'm not going to be trying to knock people's heads off. Go ahead, Leanne.
Gersh said, absolutely.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. It's
Well,
tough being. Go ahead, Leanne.
no, no. Knock him out the box, Rick.
Yeah, I hear it. That sounds good. If you start shit, then what I'm doing? What we doing?
But also, if you don't want to rise to that level, you could also always jump in and say, yo, you acting crazy, let's go.
Oh, so now I can, you know, try to get in and control you and tell you what to do.
You can give advice.
No, can't.
Now, whether or not that person takes it or not,
right,
is on them.
So I don't give advice.
And then
I already learned I don't give advice. So look like she don't get knuckle sandwich.
Oh my goodness.
Because I give you advice on that outfit you had on. Remember you said, my body, my choice, I'll wear what I want.
Oh my God.
Your mouth, your ass. You talk yourself, you can handle. And I'm like, damn, that like hurt. But just your mouth, your choice. You can't use me when you want. I'm
Gersh says if my wife a hothead and she can't control her mouth, always getting into trouble, about the third time, I'm going to let her get a couple left hooks by whoever is beating her up.
Hilarious.
So she can learn.
Gersh said she ain't gonna let her get beat up.
Shut that mouth up.
He said he ain't gonna let her get beat all the way up. He's like, I'm gonna jump in.
Yeah.
Gersh says
it's swollen on one side.
But yeah.
Gersh says, sorry, that don't work for some women. And that was referring to when I said, tell her, yo, let's go.
Right. You know, but again, that goes back to you gotta know who you're with.
Hilarious.
Oh, yeah, you can't go with that. You have to know your person.
Yeah, know who you're with. You know what I mean? If someone's like that, if they got rabbit in them, I like that. Hey, you got rabbit in you, you want to jump. I'm not jumping with you. You know what I mean? I'm about, like I told, I had my saying is, listen, when you're under my umbrella, you're protected. Outside of my umbrella, there's lessons out there. So you go do something outside of my protection and there's lessons. Okay? So you can get protection or learn a lesson. It's all up to you. Right? It's all up to you. Since you want to do what you want to do and cool.
How do you decide when there's a lesson to be learned?
If you're outside of my umbrella. So if you're operating outside of what I feel that we should be or how we should be or how you should be carrying yourself, then you're going to get the lesson. So if you jump in a man's face, I'm walking away, right? I'm just going to walk away and you handle it. Since you big and bad, lesson. You're going to learn. You're going to be like, babe, where you at? I was home. You all right? You know?
You're going to stay together happily ever after that? Well, you going to go home and she going to be waiting saying, babe, or the other way around?
She's already out. Wait a minute. First of all, you're out my prayer view already. You're out of my umbrella. So obviously you're not operating the right way anyway, right? So the relationship, you know, so we should be already moving this way. So I'm like, look, I want to make sure we're both good, and we have to be here. We have to be a unit. But if anybody's going off road, even a woman, you got a man, he always jumping into my face. You need to be there the same way. Like I can't be near that because you getting us into something, right? So know who you got. If you got a hothead and you like getting jumped all the time, then stay with it. I like peace. Okay. I like my skin on my body. I don't want to heal up. I'm old now. I don't want to be sore for 3 weeks because I got to
fight. Crackers too now?
I'm just saying. Well, no, I'm not stale crackers. You're stale crackers. See,
you're getting up there. You getting there.
That's a woman. That's a woman's thing.
Okay. Now the crackers are for only women too.
Yeah.
Gersh says she has to be accountable.
Absolutely. And accountability is something women, it don't make sense to women. Say accountability, everybody. See how quiet it was? See how quiet it was, fellas?
You know what? Stop.
Account that.
It's like, see that? That's like kryptonite.
People in general, human beings, men and women have a hard time with accountability.
You don't want to hear men and women. You never want to hear men and women.
Both sides type thing. It's both sides.
It is both sides.
It always is both sides.
It
no,
is both sides.
Hey, listen.
Start with that.
Whatever you say.
If you're in a relationship, you're not in it by yourself.
Exactly. That's why when I say change an outfit, you be like, no, it's my body, my choice. There you go. Outside the prayer view. So when he grab your butt, it's hanging out.
Who would say that?
Ruth.
You better keep my name out your mouth. Keep my name out your mouth. If you like me, okay?
That's just one name that comes to mind real quick.
How you gonna say out of nowhere, man?
Ruth say she said that
was foul. I was relaxed until I heard my name.
I mean, look, if I put on something and you say, babe, I don't want to fight tonight, I'm like, all right, let me change my clothes.
Thank you. I like thank you, okay? Thank you. A woman's action can destroy a man's image. Oh, is this okay, guys? What is it?
By a man's side shapes how society sees him. There's a reason why Will Smith is not viewed and treated as we view and treat Denzel Washington. And it's not because of their acting careers or their accolades or how many blockbusters they sold. It's because of the woman next to him. Steph Curry is way above in leagues the woman he's with. Way above. Ayesha Curry. She clearly isn't aware of where she is in the pecking order of you're an average looking woman with a mega superstar, one of the most famous people in the planet. So and the way in which you conduct yourself and talk about this man and throw him under the bus repeatedly to try to make him look bad. Will Smith is a multimillionaire, and there's men that's like me that will never trade places with him because of the woman he's with.
Yeah. Fantastic point.
All the money that he has.
I don't think anybody would want to be.
But that's the point. It's because of the woman he's with. His image matters.
And I want to add to that real quick. This is how important that is, right? Because you asked that good question. I really want to hammer this home for women. Kobe Bryant cheated on his wife. She didn't lose any credibility. Vanessa Bryant to this day is still revered as like she stuck by him when he had that whole scandal and he had sex with that girl like 20 years ago now at this point. Yep. R.I.P. to Kobe Bryant. Right? Didn't lose any credibility. However, I love that you brought the Will Smith thing up. Will Smith's credibility is tarnished because of his stupid ass wife. No one remembers Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. No one remembers, the rap music. No one remembers any of that shit. Because you can make the argument, and I'm glad that you brought up Denzel. You can make the argument that Will Smith has actually had better movies than Denzel Washington. Has had more
bigger blockbusters.
Bigger blockbusters. You can make that argument, but no one thinks of it that way because of Jada and the Red Table. In other words, a woman can destroy your fucking legacy.
You can build it up or you can tear it down. But those are the only two options when it comes to that man. So the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, and what you display on social media is a reflection of his image.
Yeah.
So factor that in when you think, oh, I'm going to do what I want, wear what I want, act how I want. You should act that way when you're single. When you decide you want to be with a man, you're taking his last name and now a representation of him.
Yep. And even what you do when you were single could come back and hurt him if it was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think, a man's reputation can be destroyed by a woman, but a woman's reputation is never really going to be destroyed by a man.
What do you think, Ruth? Because I think they were talking to you. No, what do you think?
That's a double standard, though. I mean, by way of what he said, that the man's reputation wasn't tarnished by what he did with that woman, with his woman, right? But a woman's reputation can be tarnished by what she does with her man or, in front of her man. Right. So why is that, though? Why isn't wrongdoing? And I know we're talking about the women right now, and you're going to tell me that. But why isn't disrespecting or wrongdoing of either person going to not tarnish the other one? I don't get that. Kobe should have tarnished his wife, his reputation, what he did, his cheating, but it did not.
No, I mean, so I think, well, two things, right?
Mhm.
What should be, and then what should, right? Because that's what we're really talking about. Talking about how do people look at it? How do people look at, Kobe's cheating as opposed to if his wife cheated on him?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's also it's like I guess a power dynamic, because if I have all the money, you cheat on me, it doesn't look too good, right? I have all the money, you're cheating on me, it looks crazy, it makes you look wild.
But shouldn't it be cheating is cheating? That's my question.
But if you kind of pay the cost, you pay the cost to be the boss to cheat. If I'm bringing all the money and I'm doing everything, you sitting home living in a lap of luxury.
That doesn't give you the right to cheat on me. It
No,
doesn't
it
give you that.
it gives you the right. Well, leave. So again, if you don't leave, then you're kind of saying then it's okay.
But then why aren't your reputation tarnished for doing that? Just like mine would be.
It's looked at differently. You're paying the cost to be the boss. Again, if I'm the boss, I can do what I want. I'm paying the cost to do what I want. But now if you're the help and you're doing what you want, that looks silly. And it looks bad on him. Like, bro, you got all the money, you can't control this joint. That's wild. That's wild. I mean, that's how it could be looked at. I mean, at the end of the day, cheating is both ways could be looked at as, but it's what you accept. Like I said, if I cheat on you, stay, we're good.
But Will Smith's action came back to make Jada the bad girl, right?
She was the bad girl. What are you talking about?
Right, but I'm saying it highlighted that right away, right? Whereas nothing came into play with his accountability, right, for what he decided to do for his wife. I'm just saying.
Wait a minute, but he was already accountable. He wrote a book about it and everything. He talked about his indiscretions. This happened. He been talked about those things. I think and I also think about how do you do things, right? Jada was messing with her son's sick friend in the house, right? That's crazy. Like, that's messing with a friend or something like that. All the people in the world, you're going to go to this person. And then you're continually online talking about professing your love for Tupac. Oh, he loved me. He loved me. And nobody knows if that's true or not. That's just your recount, how you're recounting the story. Right. You know what I mean? So if I'm married, if your husband's running around talking about some woman from the past that he was in love with all the time, eventually you get tired of hearing that, don't you?
You would think so.
I would think I don't want to hear that. Like, we're here now, right? I heard you. The 19th time you said it, 20 is a problem.
But again, it's what you tolerate and what you allow in your relationship. Clearly,
right. Gersh says double standards are here to stay.
Going away.
It's been here in BC and in AD, and today and tomorrow, it's nothing. It's not going anywhere. All we can do is maneuver ourselves. Mm-hmm. It's not fair, but it's what it is. What it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting because I think, at the end of the day, men and women have different natures, right? We have the same natures, but then we have some different natures, and we have some expectations of what each other are supposed to do. And you hear it all the time. You again, it never gets old. It never goes undone when they said men are supposed to protect, provide, and do those type of things, right? That's never changed. It's never changed. So there are some things that we're going to hold, like, well, if this is what I'm supposed to do, then if I'm doing that, then you need to do this. But so if you're not doing this, when you tell me what you're not going to do, then that's weird because I have to do, right? One has to do and one can kind of do. So, I mean, double standards are always going to exist. It's always going to look a certain way, and it's always going to be it's going to be looked at differently if a woman cheats or a man cheats, right?
Gersh says that's why the same restrictions I put on my lady, I first put on myself.
Okay.
If I don't want her twerking and on strangers, I'm not going to have strangers twerk on me.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
There was also one that I missed, which says, Dr. Carissa, stop your lying. Women avoid it like the plague compared to men, talking about accountability.
Okay.
So yeah, it's tough. I mean, like I said, there are some things. This is the way kind of society is, the way we're looked at.
But I like what he said about if you're going to be held to these standards, I'm going to be held to standards too.
Well, that's not
Doesn't
true.
excuse it because I make more money than you. That's all I'm saying.
It does excuse it, because
doesn't excuse it.
It does excuse
We
it.
can
because
say
again,
that, but it shouldn't excuse you.
No, it should. If you're expecting things of me that you're not doing, because
No,
you're
for
not,
both.
you're
Like
not-
Gersh just said, for both.
No,
I
it's
don't
not
want you
for both.
working in
No,
front of
excuse me.
guys.
So, are you providing and protecting?
No, but I'm your partner. I'm your
No.
partner.
I didn't ask you that. I didn't ask you. You said it's for both,
I'm
right?
providing
Are
other
you-
things to the relationship. Yes.
What are you providing? Tell me what you're providing.
The balance in the team of the relationship. That's what I'm providing.
You still didn't answer my question.
Okay, so you're allowed to twerk on girls,
asked you
but
a
I
simple
can't
question.
twerk in front of guys because of that. That's what
a
you're
simple
saying?
question. If the guy is
That's
supposed
what you're
to,
saying.
if a guy is supposed to provide and protect, right?
Right.
So what are you providing?
I'm providing all the things I bring to the table for this marriage or this
What do you bring
relationship.
to the table?
Lots of things.
See, again, this is what
Too
I'm talking
many
about.
to go through the list. Too
Again,
many.
It's not. You can't even name one, because again, I mean, you have things you could do, but I'm saying that I'm just saying that it's always men have to provide and protect, and women can do what you just said. I don't know.
Okay,
Right?
so
What does that look like?
provide and
Because-
protect puts you here to me.
Absolutely, because I'm providing and protecting. If I'm, especially, but see, and that's what I said. People need to understand things have changed, right? Because today most people have double incomes, right?
Yeah.
So yes, both people are now providing.
Yes.
They're bringing in income, and they're both looking out for each other and things of that nature.
Mhm.
So I hate when we use these old traditions and try to make them valuable today. Right? It's not women unless the woman's staying home and the man's working, then it's very difficult to talk about tradition. Right? It's very difficult to talk about tradition if that's not going on. If it's a 2-income home and we're talking about tradition, it doesn't make sense. Right? We're really trying to put a square, peg in a round hole at that point. And I think that's where we get in trouble. He's like, well, traditionally you're supposed to do this, but we're both at work.
I agree.
Right. So it's not, and again, I can't financially abuse you anymore if you got your own money. Like, there's a problem. So I can't do what my grandfather did, because financial abuse was real back in the day. Hey, you can't leave to where you're going to go with no money.
Yep, that's true.
Right. So it's different today. So we keep saying these things. It's not the truth. Like, so we need to find things that work for today. What's going to make our relationship work for today. And today you got to start in. Most people are average people who make decent money, and you need each other to make the bills these days. You can't. It's tough. So I hate when they talk about traditional. I don't know. People just say things and they don't know what they even mean. That's the other thing. I don't want to be traditional. Like, first of all, grandmom had 2. She wasn't a hoe. You talking about you had 5 at 19. Okay. Where are we at now? Where are we at now? you had 30 and you had 50. So things are different. And I think we got to start, we got to start taking account of that, because these women's numbers are up. They just high as ours now. So you don't think so, Doc? Now you making faces? You don't think so? You making faces like, oh, he wrong. No. And I wish Leanne was here. So that brings us to Cam Newton, because Cam Newton was talking about, he said when he meets a girl, he wants to know her body count, along with names.
Names.
Where do you live at?
Names.
That's crazy.
Why does he need names?
Yeah.
So, and he was saying, because I want to make sure that it's nobody that I know. You know what I mean? And I guess on his level, if these girls, once you get in that circle, sometimes you might have been with one of the homies. Sometimes you might have been in that train that the dudes ran on you, the right night. So he's like, I need to make sure, because I don't want to be out here with people dapping them up and they're like, yo, we used to so and so.
Yeah. I can see that. So but he only needs to know if it was somebody in his circle. He don't need to know all her names.
He kind of said, well, how would he know if they're in a circle without knowing their names? You know, so that's what he said.
Because
And then
she know who in his circle.
maybe not. Maybe not.
Mm.
So and then so that it would make kind of sense too. Like if you met a girl in the neighborhood, well, who you with? You know what I mean? Because we all in the same neighborhood. Because I don't want to see John and be cool with John knowing John took you down back in the day.
Does she get the same courtesy, Daryl? Does she get the same courtesy? I'm just curious. Just a question. Don't attack me.
We ain't talking about her.
Same courtesy. Just
well,
answer
if you slept with Susie and Jill, should you tell her because they in the neighborhood?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, she should already know I knocked down half the neighborhood. So
that's double standard.
First of all, that's why she here. She done heard about me. My name ring bells.
Why is it a good thing for you to have that body?
You know, it raises.
Are you trying to wait a minute, Doc? Sorry, Ruth. Are you trying to body shame me? My body count shame me?
It raises an interesting question because I know, where I grew up in a couple of the projects in the city of Philadelphia, and they're closed systems.
Closed systems.
Yep.
So oftentimes people just messed around within the system.
Right. Because as far as you can get, I can walk 5-6 blocks, but that 5-6 blocks is a whole nother era, whole nother hood, really. Right?
Yes.
So you was over there with man and Black, like, yo, you man.
So both parties need to reveal them. That's my question. Yep.
Listen, Ruth, this ain't a both party thing.
It is a both party. It takes two, Daryl.
Take two for what? What you want to know for?
Yeah, because why should she be embarrassed if you messed with Sophie?
Again, I already told
why
you.
Why should she go to a party with Sophie when you knock Sophie down? Right. Why should she be embarrassed?
First of all, in most rooms, she gonna be in with somebody knock somebody down, and that's just what it is. Now, do women's ego?
Wow.
So I have a question. So ego wise, are women tripping if someone else is in the room that you had sex with?
Yes, and it's not about ego. It's about how other women will perceive you.
So it's your ego. Okay, got you.
Not the same as with men. Is because men will know, but they might not say anything, or they might say something on the slide. But women will intimidate or try to intimidate you, and women will. If they look at you differently, they're going to treat you differently, and they're going to talk to you differently.
Right.
So it's beyond ego for women.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's called petty now with the petty because they'll do things like I remember the one girl was like, I was with another girl. She was like, I won't tell our secret. Like she kept saying it by her. Like she kept. And she's like, why this girl keep saying it? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe she'll sing it. I don't know.
And you ain't say, look, I messed with her in the past.
Accountability. You had no accountability for that.
Why have accountability? I'm gonna tell her something that I know she can't handle. So my thing is I already know the situation. She can't handle it. She's gonna be fighting, and I'm not gonna fight with her. So
but that singing next to her wasn't bothering her enough to make her fight, maybe? Think about
it. Well, if she's gonna fight because somebody's singing, then we don't need to be together.
Over and over in your ear about your man, yes.
Well, how does she know about her man? She don't know nothing.
You over there going under the seat.
I won't tell a secret. Come on. What else is she singing about?
Right.
Like I didn't get a pedicure today. What else is she singing about?
Hey, listen, just because
you over there smirking and looking out the window. Tell me what.
Looking out the window. I'm texting my man like this shit crazy. Look, this is over. Somebody
no
can
accountability. No accountability.
I don't think you know what accountability means because I'm not accountable for anything. I don't have to be accountable for somebody else do. If that girl want to sing about a secret that she might be talking about some else there, I think she was a hoe anyway. So it was other people party. She might be talking about anybody because I ain't the only one.
Oh, God.
I ain't the only one. So I don't know who she was talking about.
Wow.
But no, so yeah, I have seen that happen where women do like they're different. Cause men, it's either gonna go to fisticuffs or ain't nobody gonna say nothing.
Yes.
Right. There is no in between. No man's really gonna be too petty. But yeah, so okay. So if you guys were at a party and your husband, paramour, boyfriend had some old work in the party, would you want to know about her? And say the work was like 15 years ago, not even nothing recent.
Yep.
There goes Lily.
Would you want to know about it? That's a question. Would you want to know if there was old work in the party?
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
I think I want to know just because we're sharing everything all these years in. Yes, I want to know.
For what? What does it do for you knowing?
Just for my knowing. That's all.
So if it's just for you knowing, there's no reason for you to know then, because you're doing nothing.
We're sharing lots of things. It's not just about that. We're sharing lots of things about our past. So yes.
So do you share everything about your past?
Yes.
Okay, anyway, Tuck Smile's not gonna lie to me. Do you share everything?
Stop.
I don't have that much of a past before the wedding. Remember that.
Hey, listen,
Not that much.
I saw Best Man. There's always a secret past that maybe people don't know about. I saw that. It was his best friend, and he had that one time.
That's in movies.
No, that's reality. That's how it happens. She's like, oh, I always remember forehead kiss. Like he didn't know. Like this is why you have to tell people these things and early as possible. So now for me, I don't think I care if you had old work. Well,
yes, you do, Daryl.
I don't necessarily care unless he was being weird. Like if he was being goofy, you know, like, hey, Cola. Oh, that's what I used to call her. That's different. If you want to be goofy about it, but I mean, I already this is now as being grown. I know my Joan got work out there. I know I wasn't her first. I'm not Christopher. I'm only Christopher Columbus. I believe I'm her first. There's people already there, right? The Indians were there, but I believe I'm her first. So I'm cool not knowing, because I think, what does that do for you? It just put a face to something. Now you worried about, oh, I don't look nothing like her. Her butt bigger than mine, or she's tall. And it just, to me, it would cause more problems than not if it wasn't something recent. You know what I mean? And now if it was during a relationship, that'd be different. I'm definitely not telling you, because I'd be cheating. So.
Damn shame. This man.
But no, that's interesting. Leanne, you want to know if there was old work in the party. So what do you do with that information?
I make note of it.
Catalog.
For what?
And for him not to be able to invite her to nothing.
Well, no, but say you just went to somewhere. Say it was the office party, you know, and she came.
And he can't eat none of the potato salad she brought.
There we go. I know we'll get petty sooner or later. Yeah. So that's why I said I don't think it's a reason to know, because you guys provided no reasons that it would make sense to do. All it's going to cause is more strife in a relationship, because you guys would now be, I don't look nothing like her. I didn't even know you like girls like that. So there's no point. You guys can't handle it. That's what it sounds like to me.
Oh boy.
It does. You gave no valid reason. Because I want to. That's not a valid reason.
That's valid. If I want it, that's what I want to know.
And I want you to change your clothes, and you won't do it, and that's valid.
I started out with the right clothes in the beginning, so no.
I had the right girl in the beginning, but she got away, and now I'm with you.
Oh my gosh! You done turn this into something else.
It's a whole different sphere.
Oh my god!
Well, they say that you, whoever you're with, is the person you settle with. The one you wanted got away, and the one you're with is the one you settled for.
That's a
What
damn.
was this song just on earlier? If you can't be with the one you love the one you want.
There you go. That's
everybody's case.
That's everybody's case. The one you wanted. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Camp says anything that happened before me isn't any of my business.
Okay,
I agree. What's up, Camp? Camp's a smart woman.
But if that person is sitting in your face at all these different functions, maybe needs to be your business.
Why? Tell me why. What you want to do with her? You want to talk to her? You want me to talk to her again? It doesn't make sense. We're grown now, so we need to get over the petty stuff. Like I said, as long as that person is not doing anything disrespectful, you know what I mean? As long as they're not like touching your shoulder or being extra, that's different. And then I have to say, hey, look, I used to be with Shorty, and She has to come over and put a light up in her house, and I'm gonna go help her out.
There's just none.
No.
Now,
No.
you know good well that's not happening.
As long as that person is not being disrespectful, and if they are being disrespectful, you should check it and then let your wife know or your husband know what's going on. Hey, listen, this is somebody with.
Yes.
I think they're being out of pocket right now, and I'm just letting you know because they're being out of pocket. But other than that, I don't think it's no real reason. Like I said, you just put a face to somebody, and if that person can't handle it, you're just gonna have issues and troubles and stuff like that. And I don't got time for that. Women are real petty. Yeah, are they gonna be at your next party? Like, I don't got time for that. Like, oh, every party you go to, she's gonna be there. I don't know. I don't talk to her, so I don't have to deal with that. So I got enough problems with remembering to take the trash out that I don't need.
Again.
I bet you took her trash out. Like,
My gosh.
I don't necessarily need that in my life. So, I agree with Camp. If it's nothing really imminent that I really need to know, then I don't need to know. I'm not even big on knowing someone's body count. Right? I don't know what that does for me. I don't know. Like I said, it's the same thing. What would I do with this information?
Right.
It doesn't really do anything for me. Now, if we are in different circles or same circles, then maybe, if there's anybody you think, cool, just let me know, because then I'll decide if I want to be with you. Because if you're with anybody I know, I'm above them, so I can't be with you because that means you're level. So yeah, nah.
And I think I agree with that. In those tight circles of a certain level of folks, you might want to know if she slept with 3 of your teammates.
Right. Because that to me is tough. Like if you had 3, now I got 4 or 5, or even if they slept, even if it was like one like gangbang, I just need to know about the gangbang because it's certain things I need to know. I don't need your body count, but I need how
yelling out gang. Gang bang.
Yeah. I don't need to know your body count. I just need to know how many bodies was in that count. So that
or how many bodies that were in that count.
Right.
That you can remember. If you can remember, like I had 7, then I blacked out. I'm gonna get up. Good luck. Good luck with everything. I'm going to leave now. Nice meeting you. Nice meeting you, old gangbang.
Lord.
Again, are there certain things if you found out that your paramour, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend did that would be automatic disqualifiers? Is there anything that if you found out they did, and you'd be like, "Ooh, I'm cool." Like if they took place, he was like, "Yeah, look, it was one time, I was in this 100 guy train where we ran a train on a girl, and I was number 36."
Yeah,
that's cool. Okay, what if he got the train ran on him?
When the last time you got an AIDS test is what I want to know.
Hey, what if he got a train ran on him?
Wait, but how do you run a train on the business?
Right?
Come here, wrap your legs around him.
Oh, no, Leanne. We're talking about him getting a train ran on him. It was one time I was a little drunk, and it was 10 guys.
Jeez.
Would that disqualify him?
For me, yeah, I'm sorry. Yes.
Here's the stuff they do. Ching. Everything.
I would want to know that.
He said it was one time he was a little drunk, and he just wanted to try a little something different, and he found out he didn't like it. He said, I learned that I didn't like it, so. Leanne, how about you, Leanne?
What? So we both got episiotomy scars.
Oh God!
How about you, Leanne? Okay, so say, and then for you guys, that your male friend, he just gave one guy head one time. He just it was one time. His best friend
to all of
They were,
that.
they were playing Nintendo, and before you knew it, he was like, I had my dick, he was digging my mouth, and
Huh?
it was just one time. And would that be a disqualifier? Anybody?
Yes.
Yes. Dr. Ruth, disqualifier? No, yeah.
Get your big fucking ass.
I've been married too long for these questions. I can't handle this. I'm sorry.
I know you got to answer. If Lee
Yeah.
said, "Look, right before we got married,"
How about now? Say if something came out like that.
Now,
Yeah, say something came out now, you know, not long, and something crazy came out, like, and y'all, you've been with the person
right.
10, 15, 20 years,
30, 40 years.
40 years.
all of a sudden it comes out. Somebody came around and like, hey, I was looking for George. I just really missed him. Like, what's that?
Oh, he down the street. He live down there.
This who? Like, y'all like best friends? Like, he was like, no, we together. Like football. Y'all play football or something? What you mean together?
Wow.
And he was like, yeah, for a little bit, we dated. How would that change your relationship?
What relationship?
There you go. There you go.
Wow.
Ain't no relationship.
I wonder how you would feel, really. Would you feel like you were living a lie? Would you
Yeah.
feel like this? And it was one time, 30 years ago. But now it's coming out. How would you feel? Would that rock your relationship?
Again, what relationship?
I hear you, Leanne. But
Yes, it would put a little wrench there because
A little wrench, rude.
Wait, let me explain myself because you did not tell me about this,
Right,
and the
right.
beginning of getting together on the premise of authenticity, all of that. You
mhm.
failed that. So that's a big piece too, not just what
Right,
you did.
right.
Well, I can't trust you.
Now, Ruth, that's good. Now that's interesting. Because this one thing,
Yes.
would that negate every other thing that you've been shown and proven
Not
over
necessarily
time?
everything, but over
Yes.
time, I believed I could trust you and you could tell me what was going on in your life before that.
So this one thing would could rock you to the point where your trust is shattered now.
For me,
Very
it could really
Gotcha.
rock the trust that we built or that we think we built.
Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. Doc,
Trust
what
is
do
a
you,
lot for me. Mhm.
what do you think? Like, I mean, you're 30 years in, relationship is strong, but now it comes out this whatever this indiscretion was. And like I said, it wasn't something that was ongoing, it was one time, it was before you. And would that really rock it to the point of it could break it down to the where
It
you're not even
could.
trusting
Yes,
on?
it
Wow.
could.
That's interesting.
It could.
Interesting.
Because
Pay
what else
attention.
did you not tell me? That's the other piece.
That would be the question.
That's
What
right.
haven't
Okay.
you told me?
That's
Right,
the whole
right,
question.
right.
Mhm.
See, that's why I didn't tell you in the first place, because you
Right. Now go get your
told you
bags and
one
go on
thing.
with George because you didn't tell me.
he told you one thing, and now you talking about, well, what else you didn't tell me? I didn't
That
take
would make a
one
person
thing.
think though, what else did you keep from
And
me?
it also depends on how it comes out, right, Ruth?
True.
You know, if George called a house
True.
and say something, that's different than I'm going to tell you about something that happened 20 years ago.
Right.
Very
That's
true.
different.
Very different.
Or
The
maybe
how matters.
maybe
too.
you found some pictures or something.
That's
You're in the attic, and
why
you're like,
why do you even still have those pictures?
you're like, yo, I didn't remember these were in there. Like, and you got pictures, and you're like, ooh, what's this? And you found it. Because I know so when I bought this house, I think it was like, it might have been like 4 years in. And I found this other part of the attic I was in. And I guess the people here before it left, it was a whole bunch of manila envelopes. And they had like gay pictures in there.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
But so whoever must have hid them there
Wow.
Huh.
and didn't.
Did you call up the previous people and try to blackmail them?
I didn't know. So they were older. They were much older at that point. I didn't think about that. They were much older. But I was kind of
Mr. Jones, I found your pictures.
well, it kind of caught me off guard first. I'm like, where did these come from? Like, why are they here? Like, I couldn't understand. I'm like, is somebody living in my walls? Like, I was really afraid for a while.
That's
I had to come here to the house because this is like 4 years in. Ain't nobody here, and I didn't know this I didn't know this part was to the attic. Like it was a weird way of getting there, and I climbed over something. So it's very interesting.
Wow.
But when you like, so you're in your house and you find these pictures of this man with, or he in a picture with 3 women with their titties out.
Gersh said, "Gangbanger Olympics equal automatic disqualification." Maria Hardy says,
I'm gonna have to agree to that.
Maria Hardy says, "My neighbor married for 25 years. He left her for a man. She was done."
Well, obviously he was done. That's why he left her.
But she probably had no idea.
Yeah, it happens. Mhm.
Yeah.
I wonder, did she have any idea? Like,
Sometimes
I
not.
wonder. I think we were blinded.
Sometimes you turn a blind eye to.
Yeah, that's what I would more
Yes,
often
that can
think.
happen.
Because there's no way you're missing the looks. People looking too long, or it's just things that probably happen that she probably
Or being up in the attic for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Right. It's very interesting.
In some cases, people can go with that facade for many, many decades because they have children with these people. They have been married 30 years. They have adult children, and then they find this out. So they keep it going.
Is it a facade, or do they just like what they like?
It depends. I don't.
I mean, because if the house is running right, case by case, I agree with you.
I would say, yeah.
Right. But if that house is running well and everything's going on, this person is getting a little strange on the side because I know I watched something where he was like, I couldn't tell her what I liked. I'll do that. So I'll go get what I liked. I love my wife, I love my family, but I like this, whatever this is. Whatever this is that I love being dominated. And she's just quiet and weak, so she couldn't. Right. Shut up, pig.
Give me a chance to work it out.
Shut up. But again, and also I think sometimes people want to separate it because I don't want you to be that.
Yes.
I know for
yes.
Like, I don't want my wife to do certain things.
Right. That's true.
If you're my wife, you had my children. I can't come all over your face anymore. I don't know why you can't.
You're right.
Good face.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then you still have these urges, and now you're sneaking around doing it. So I think that it doesn't. Well, I don't. I don't know how you could love your wife and family, and I guess you could. I don't know. Okay. I don't think you can, because if you're doing something to hurt people, I feel like that's not love. But that's just my little remedial view of it.
But people don't feel like they're hurting people. That's the thing. It's all about how they're thinking about it.
Right.
They think that they're protecting their family from their whatever title they're giving to their urges.
Gotcha. Okay. But see, even with that, I'm wondering why they don't think about, well, if I get caught, this is going to hurt my family.
Right. It's a good question.
That's why I always think, like, when I would do things, I'm like, man, she's gonna be mad when she finds this out. Hope she don't.
Don't stop you from doing it though, right?
It didn't stop. Right.
It's her fault if she want to be nosy. Like, if you're nosy, then you're gonna find out. Stop being nosy, and we'll be fine. Your nosiness is gonna end our relationship. So it's actually her fault. It's actually her fault, right? That's what you gotta rationalize. Yeah, people rationalize things any way they want, to be honest.
Yes.
You know, and but sometimes your needs or wants are they call so much that you're willing to put everything on the line.
For sure.
And
it is so crazy because in some situations, if you talk to your partner, they might be willing. Now, if you have a craving for the opposite sex, there's nothing they can do about that.
No,
but some of the other things you might want to do within the confines of the relationship you're in, a lot of times people don't talk about those things and not know whether or not their partner is willing to.
Right.
But like I said, if I hold my wife up on a different level. Yes. I don't want her to do it. That's what it is. I don't want her to do it. You know what I mean? But
then you work through that. Like, why? What is that all about for you? Why are you? What is this that you have about your wife that says she needs to be excluded from these things?
Because this is dirty, right? And I don't want my wife.
That's usually, yes, that is usually. And
Right.
then we talk about why do you feel like this is dirty?
Right.
And why do you need to do these dirty things if you think they're dirty?
Oh, dirty things are good. Not what you like.
He needs a session.
Well, I think, and honestly, I think, to be honest, because it's like, this is like devious. This is dirty, deviant behaviors. And I don't want to look at my wife that way. I don't want her to think that
And so perceptions need to change about your perceptions need to change about what you need and how you think about what you need.
Right.
It's very interesting.
It is.
Maria Hardy says she had no idea. She didn't know, and they had 4 kids.
Some people don't know.
I mean, that's what they tell us, right? Because they're never going to tell us. But I think, and then she might not have known, but I think again, you miss some things, right? Because I think even in cheating, like you when you look back on it sometimes, like, oh, he did started coming home later. Oh, he did put cologne on when he said he was going to the gym. Like, there's little tells that people start acting differently. Because you have to start acting differently. If I'm doing something different, I'm going to, even if it's subconsciously, I'm going to move a little different. And that subconscious difference, we pick up on if we want to or not. Now, I know every time I did something, girls be like, hey, you doing something? I'm like, no. I'm like, damn, how's she know? She good.
They knew you.
No, you just know people, you change. You have to be a little different. I can't be the same person if I'm adding other things into it. I have to move a little differently. So I might not sit in the room as long anymore. My phone might be upside down more. I might get calls at strange times, a different number. Like, I've never seen Pizza Hut call anybody at 12 o'clock.
Your pizza ready.
Again?
Yeah, I'm about to go pick it up.
Another pizza?
You know what I mean? Or you have to start going out. There's a change that has to be allotted so that you can do this new thing. So we can ignore it. We definitely can ignore it if we want. A lot of times, do you really want to think you're being cheated on? Women do, men not as much. Women think they're getting cheated on all the time. Most of the time they're not. But the one time they're right, then they be like, "Oh, I was right that one time." Ooh, you was right one time. They don't talk about all the times they were wrong. Women are so one-sided. You cheat one time, it's a big problem. Like,
what?
I didn't cheat all 365 days in a year. I cheat one leap year. Now look at what I have it. So women are
goodness.
You know what I mean? It's one time. But no, I think we do have to change the way we look at relationships, how we look at it. Sex,
yes,
definitely have to change that. Men and women, because we can't think just because a woman is out here having sex with everybody, she's a hoe.
Why he had to say sex with everybody, y'all? Why
Never. One or two people, and she's a hoe, right?
We never said 1 or 2. 1 or 2.
All right, 5. Whatever your number was, 5.
5 and 90 are good numbers, right? But 5 and 18, not too good. You're already going down a slippery slope. You'll be at 30 in no time. And again, I don't know if I want, again, I don't need to know because I don't know what. And then, I see if I ask that question, I would like, are these highway miles or are they city miles?
Here we go.
Here we go. It's a very different mile, right?
Here we go.
Like, were they riding you rough like a rent-a-car?
I don't think the questions will ever end. That's terrible.
But I think, Ruth, that's real. I don't know how the questions would end. Once you start asking these questions,
it would never end.
I don't think ever gets okay. Like, every question makes it a little worse.
Right.
You die a little bit. You die a little bit more every time a question.
And don't ask.
Yeah. So I was jerking to one guy and the other guy was sucking his dick. I said, oh.
Oh, Lord. I can't, Lord. I can't.
I promise you, I can't. I'll never ask you another question again. I promise you, I'll never ask you anything else. Then the 3 guys came over. Wait, what? Like, I know I'm not mature enough to handle any of these questions. That's why for me, I don't need to know because I'm going to leave you. I'm gonna let you know.
Didn't Dave Chappelle have a skit like that? Where the girl was,
Old gangbang. Yes.
he was like, the worst thing I ever did sexually is have sex with old gangbang over here.
No, this is real. I think we really have to.
Yeah, I mean, Pandora's box is a real thing. Once you start opening it, you're gonna find out some things you might not want to know.
Well, that's the problem. Pandora opened her damn box. She kept her damn box closed.
Literally,
You
right?
wouldn't have no problem.
Right.
Pandora out here all over the streets. No, I don't know. Again, you definitely don't want. That's why I don't ask, because I don't want to know, because I can't. I can't have. You know.
Yeah, because if you really have feelings for this woman and she say, you know, some of these things, then what?
Right.
Well, to be honest, it's a certain amount I can take, because you know, in new relationships you do talk about things and you talk about their past. So certain things they tell me actually can help me get a little closer to them. If they tell me certain things, I'm like, wow, if you can be that open and honest, then I think that's a good thing. You know, like I talked to a girl and she was like, oh, you know, I've been with one guy I've been celibate for the last 7 years. Well, what does that mean? What does it mean to you? Like, how many times you had penis in this journey that you're supposed to be, you know? I need to know what that means. I don't believe women was, or they said they were single. No, they said they were single for 7 years, which means they was outside just letting people knock the dust off that thing.
It doesn't
I don't
have to mean that.
No, Ruth, please.
It doesn't have to mean that.
Ain't nobody become a nun for 7 years and all of a sudden they meet me, they want to give me
So
something.
she said she was celibate.
Celibate. That's yeah.
I would say you're a liar bit.
So a person can't be celibate for a substantial amount of time.
Not as long as they say. Whatever they say, they didn't add it a year and a half on it. So women always, I meet a lot of women talking about, you know, after my last relationship, I just want to take some time to myself. And it was like 3 years ago. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to leave all men alone. And you're the first guy I've met. And I really have these feelings for you. Shut up. Fuck it. Get out. You don't got to lie. I'm going to hit it. Okay. But that lie may make me not hit it because you're lying to me. I know you had penis in between this time. Now, this one girl told me, is this true or not? This is messing me up. She said her friend, and a lot of women do this, before they go out, they'll put their coochie juice on their neck.
Ew, I've never heard of that.
Oh God.
I've never, ever heard of that.
I was making that up.
Ruth, when I say I was on you guys, I'm like, that doesn't make sense because men want to have sex with you regardless. So you wouldn't have that. Like, coochie juice in
I've
your neck.
never heard of that.
They were like, no, this, you know, the pheromones are there, like you do, perfumes.
That's
and
the new perfume.
I've never heard of that.
Me either.
And I said, I'm gonna ask Friday because
never ever in my life have I heard anybody doing that.
Okay, I Leanne, get off mute. Yeah. So I never heard that either, and I thought that was interesting. And she said, like, this is something that women do, like on the regular.
That's something she do,
right? Exactly. Doc.
Yeah. Leanne, tell him you're busy.
Oh,
wow.
Leanne. So it's Leanne's show now. You got some work that we don't know about?
Nope.
So you gonna deal with some work in the middle of the show?
Not what I was doing.
Didn't I tell you got control to work? You can't. You tell the work you'll talk to them when you're done.
I was doing things for.
She said nothing. Everybody pay attention. She just said nothing for 5 seconds.
You don't need to
listen. I was doing things for a show that may or may not happen coming up in a couple weeks.
Okay.
This is such a
does that make sense?
Time.
Yes,
She's doing it right now. She has all Saturday, Sunday. She's gonna do it.
I have work from work to do this weekend.
All right.
Lee,
have you ever heard of people dabbing their juices behind their ears?
Absolutely not. That's disgusting.
Thank you.
Anybody in the comments, have you ever heard this? Because I was like you guys. I think I've never heard anything.
What kind of people are you hanging around?
That's a good question.
Right?
Well, these are women, younger women.
Okay.
and maybe they just have a different experience. But it didn't seem like it made sense to me, especially because that's, you don't like. I can see if a man could do something to make women want them more and give them some, I can see him doing it. I don't think women have to do that. All they got to do is say,
exactly,
hey, right?
Yes.
Hey, and somebody will give them some penis. So it was very interesting. Now, and she was saying her friend does it, and she didn't know exactly what she said it felt like it was for men or for the pheromones. I don't know. But I just said I'd never heard that before, and it didn't really make sense to me. And like I said, it kind of felt nasty to me. I think that's kind of disgusting.
Yeah.
What if I go kiss you on your neck and I'm tasting your coochie?
Yeah.
Your neck. Oh, girl, your neck.
Salty?
Your neck is, ooh. I didn't tasted this type of neck before.
He needs help.
So that was interesting. So now we know that was a lot. Or it could be a practice that maybe she practices for a reason that doesn't really make sense. Like it's like maybe she likes feeling her own self and rubbing herself on herself. maybe it's a new kink unlocked. You know, yourself and yourself.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. All right. I thought it was me because she was really trying to convince me, like, no, people do it, and I'm like, I don't think they do. That's
and with that being said, it's been a great time.
Don't try to rush a good time because you bored.
Yes, Lee.
You provided nothing tonight.
Ooh.
Nothing.
Presence is enough.
Hey, Ruth.
Don't call my name again. Just 4 times tonight.
Hey, Ruth. When I'm talking to Leanne, you mind your business, okay?
This is my business. I'm on this panel too. Leanne,
He said, "Keep your name out her
mouth." I hope that goes on YouTube. Just that phrase.
We'll see. The TikTok is going well, so I want everybody to try to go over to TikTok. Please subscribe. There's a couple TikToks that really are like 16,000 views and some comments and things of that nature. TikTok is very they're mean. They definitely have said some mean things. They who are they mad at?
You?
No, actually, so far it's crazy because they all kind of see the comments that are going on, especially like the relationship ones, that the manosphere ones. There was one we were talking about the woman when she was pregnant, having sex with another man. And I think it was Doc.
Yes.
And I think actually Doc and Ruth, and they said these 2 old hyenas is too old to be acting like this.
Oh, let me go check that comment out. I didn't see that one.
And I didn't understand what hyenas meant.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I know what that meant. And then Ruth, they were getting at you because you said we were talking about when men and women have sex and the man is having sex with the woman unprotected, and you were saying something like sometimes the man could trick the woman into raw sex. And I was saying that, you have to let somebody do it. And they were like, yeah, she's too old to be acting like that.
We always go for the age part when we
exactly. Yeah,
I'm as old as time too.
They said they said you're too old to be thinking like that. Like you should know better at your age.
No, that's why I know what I know at my age.
Right. And that's why you're wrong. See, I agree with them on that one. You were wrong.
Whatever, down.
You can't trick a woman into
yes, you can.
Raw sex. There's no way possible you can.
Yes, you can.
How can you? Tell me how it's called. Unless it's rape.
I'm gonna go on there.
Actually, I was talking to someone who told me that they were having sex with the dude, and he pulled the condom off. He reached down.
Wow.
In a gesture of pleasuring her and pulled the condom off.
That's foul.
Wow.
That's foul.
Yes.
Wow.
Right. That's real foul. And I'm not talking that's foul. I'm not talking about those situations. I'm talking about more intense where you're asking the girl and you're hey, look, just let me and then eventually, she eventually gives in, or you put, I'm just gonna put the head in. And you know what that means, because once you get the head, the body comes with it.
That's it, right?
So, yeah, but I think someone who does that, I mean, could that be rape, Doc?
I don't think you could prosecute it as rape in the court of law, but unless she says stop. If she said stop, no.
But a contract,
she didn't realize it until it was over, and,
right?
And the condom was laying on the side, and he's done.
Wow.
So I wonder if that could be considered a because the contract was you wear a condom, we can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And when you don't do that, you're kind of you force yourself on me at that point.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yes.
Yeah, I would think, and if it isn't, it should be.
Mm-hmm.
It should be. You shouldn't be able to do that. I'm going into it thinking that I'm protected because you put me into an unprotected state.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if I got some type of STD,
right? Yes.
STI, right? That has to be an assault or something. You can't just go around changing the contract. I mean, that'd be no different than you putting it somewhere they didn't want it. And then well, it's here now. We should finish. No, I didn't agree to that. So that's very interesting.
That's very interesting.
So
and on that note,
Leanne,
it is time.
Time for you to get off.
Yes, Lee.
Yeah, it's time for you to get off. This is ridiculous. Just because you're
this old hyena's tired. So yes.
Listen,
old hyena needs her beauty sleep.
This is the last thing we'll say. This is what happened when a man comes around. He changes a woman's whole mode of operation. Now Leanne has to go because she's on the other line waiting to talk to her.
Stop it.
Fellas, you know what I mean? This is what I'm talking. Hey, 2026 is our year. That's what we're going to say. 2026 is our year. You see, he made her get off the show. Leanne, we can't live like this.
Right, just so you guys know before we go. Yes, in the U.S., a man taking a condom off in the middle of sex without his partner's consent is a form of sexual assault.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And can lead to criminal charges for civil lawsuits.
Wow.
The act is widely known as stealthing. So just so you guys know, don't be doing that.
Hey, that's real. And that's good. And we should know that because people do that.
Yes.
People do that. And it's not okay. So that's good. You can get in trouble for it. So men, keep the condoms on. Unless she tells you to take it off, then take it off. Hey, yo, so thank everybody for joining us tonight. Thank for everybody who left comments. Please continue. Hey, listen, we're like 2 away from 700. Tell your friends. Yes. Go to our Facebook group. Add yourself. Add your friends. Leave a comment, and I will correct you when you leave something wrong. Our Facebook group. Our YouTube. Please go to our YouTube. Like, subscribe, share. There's a lot of new shorts there. We always have the rebroadcast of the show there, so please go check that out. Tell your friends. Like I said, it's free. Subscribe, it's free. Hit the notification button so every time we go live, you guys will be notified. Also, we have our TikTok, Nothing But Answers TikTok. Check it out. It's a whole bunch of different clips there. You'll see us all having conversations, and it's interesting. You see people align with a lot of us on different questions and answers and things of that nature. I was actually arguing with someone on there earlier, but other than that, he don't tell me what he thought. I ain't asked him, but yeah, please subscribe to our TikTok because we want to start going live on TikTok as well. To go live on TikTok, we have to get our subscribers up. So also send your friends there, go there, subscribe. Even if you never come back to subscribe, we just want your subscription. So again, then we can broadcast there live as well. And that will get us out to a lot more people, and we can help a lot more people. We have a lot of wealth of knowledge here that we can help people. But other than that, we will have by the end of the month, we will be having a meet and greet. The flyer should go up maybe tonight. So I did see some people when I put the little advertisement up that said they would go or were thinking about going or whatever the case may be. But other than that, everybody have a good night. Leanne, hit the button.
Bye.
Bye.